What is going on, guys? Welcome to GregglesTV. This video should be really fun and different. So what I did is I reached out to some YouTubers, some small, some with less than 1,000 subscribers, some with over 1 million subscribers, and a bunch with over 100,000 subscribers. So that's a huge range, small YouTubers all the way up to really, really large ones in terms of their audience. And I asked them two questions. I asked them is what gadget or thing got them into tech? And the second thing is, why did they start a YouTube tech channel? So check everyone out, and also make sure you subscribe to everyone. All these people create amazing content, and if you're looking for tech stuff, these are the people to follow.
I would say it would be social media and the internet. I know that's like a super vague answer, but basically I've been writing and creating content ever since I can remember. And me trying to find a way to express myself online led to trying to find better gadgets to create content with, whether it be camera, my laptop so I can learn how to edit, or phones now so I can shoot. And yeah, now we're here. So before my adult channel, I used to be the lifestyle editor of a lifestyle tech website, and I created content for a less traditional type of user, which are the lifestyle users or women or casual tech users. In this day and age, I've realized that not everyone who uses technology are so into heavy specs or the nitty-gritty of things. And I believe that there is a hole for content in this space. Additionally, I also noticed that people are more receptive to content when you're being shown. People can be very visual. And at the end of the day, it's telling my own story in a medium that I enjoy creating. So there you go.
My name's Armando from Mondo Bites, and the gadget that got me into tech was actually smartphones. So the reason I started a tech channel initially was because I would have these long debates with people on how Android is much better than iPhone. So remember, this was a very long time ago, and these debates were just dragging on, and I said to myself, what if I just made a video and I called it Android versus iOS, kind of show everybody how much better Android really is, and then I won't have these long debates anymore. And that's exactly what I did. I created this video called Android versus iOS, comparing an iPhone to an Android phone, apples to apples, no pun intended. And that's exactly what ended up kickstarting my YouTube career, was that exact video. It kind of went viral, and that's actually what got me more involved in the whole entire tech space.
What's up, everybody? This is Scott with Technically Speaking. I actually started making YouTube content on a bet. Two other friends and I made a bet that said, hey, we're gonna make a video every single day for 30 straight days. It has to be at least 2 minutes long and completely unedited. As you would imagine, that was a bit of a disaster, but it got me to make content like this. I got a lot better, really enhanced my public speaking, started to do live shows with our other Greg, and it was just really kind of escalated from there. Now, the form of the content in the beginning for me is what really got me into tech, and that was Google and Android. I was a Google top contributor for a really long time, which is now the Google PE program, or the product experts. And those are the two things and how it kind of coincided to make me a YouTube online content creator, I suppose. That's why a lot of my content is very Google focused, is because that's the thing that got me into tech. So yeah, it all started with, I guess, the Google search engine and a steak dinner.
So what is going on, everybody? Jon Rettinger here, and the one product that got me into tech was the very original Motorola Razr. It was the first phone I ever waited in line for. I almost camped out for the phone. Fun fact, I was actually waiting in line for it with Ryan Seacrest. That memory sticks out in my head, but that got me fascinated with technology. The design that went into it, how it looked, how it felt, just kind of got me going with it. And I started making videos, honestly, as a hobby. I was switching to a Mac at the time. I didn't know how to use the OS, and there weren't any videos on how to use it, so I figured I would make tutorials and teach people how to use it because nobody else was. And that's the honest story. And I picked my screen name. That was my AIM screen name from middle school. That's where John Four Lakers came from. So have some foresight if you're going to create a YouTube channel name, because you can't really change it all that easily. Thank you, guys.
Hey Greg, what's going on, man? I see you have some questions for me, but first off, thank you for letting me be a part of this project, and I do have some answers for you. So I think this question is kind of revolving around what kind of got me started with YouTube and what kind of really projected the career, and I'd probably have to say it was the original Galaxy Note, and I still actually have the phone here today. It was this exact phone that I used inside of an AT&T store back in March of 2012, where I was doing a promotional program, which is actually where the name Jimmy is PerMo came from. I used to do promotional work, and so I had to show customers how to use the Galaxy Note. This was something that was brand new, and anybody could remember this thing was something that was out of the ordinary for a smartphone. And so I kind of was thinking, you know, what could I do to tell more people? And I was actually very curious about YouTube, which was also what started me doing YouTube, which your second question there was, why did you start making YouTube tech videos? It was kind of a all-in-one answer. So it was all of this phone right here, the original Galaxy Note, and I filmed most of almost everything for the first 2 or 3 years with the Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom. So this was actually a smartphone. It was the Galaxy S4 that actually had a optical zoom on the outside. It was pretty much the physical lens, and so this was what shot most of my videos back in the day, getting me up to about 50,000 subscribers, and then I started expanding into a larger channel. So it'd have to be the original Galaxy Note, and started making YouTube videos because I wanted to just see what it was about. I was curious about YouTube. It was brand new back then, and I was super excited when I got my 4,000 views in the first month ever.
Hey Greg, thanks for having me on. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. The channel's called Painfully Honest Tech. And yeah, if you've not been there, come on over, Painfully Honest Tech, and we'll have a good time talking about all things painful and tech, honestly. The first tech that really got me jazzed about tech, I think I'd have to say the first thing that I had, well, the Coleco football game was tech, I guess, but also Atari 2600. I got an Atari 2600 back in, I think, 1985, 84, 85. I was 12 years old, and yeah, just played the crap out of that. I turned over the Pac-Man game, and that was my greatest, and still is my greatest accomplishment ever in video games. So yeah, I'd have to say probably early video game stuff, Atari 2600. What got me started in YouTube? Well, I have had the YouTube channel for a long time. I started it in 2006 just to kind of fool around with, but I never really did anything seriously with it until 2013. I had gotten a PS4. I had a really good friend of mine from college that I wanted to go and play some Battlefield 4 with him. I needed a gaming headset. I'd never bought a gaming headset before, so I went to Best Buy and I bought a gaming headset. It was like $79, $80, something like that, and it was garbage. Turtle Beach, I forget the model number, but it was garbage. And so I decided to make a video about how it was garbage, and then I made other videos about gaming headsets and how they were either garbage or not garbage. And thus was born the Painfully Honest Tech channel. Thanks again for having me, Greg. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next week at the Note 10 event.
Yo, GregglesTV, what up, play? It's your boy CJ from CJKnowsTECH. Thanks for having me. Let's get into this. What thing or gadget got you into tech? Well, we're gonna have to go way, way back to when I was a way, way youngin', hopping on computers. Like, my dad had this computer room, and whenever I would go over, I would get on the computer because there were games on there I wanted to play. But in order to use the games and to play the games, you had to go from this black screen with white lettering. Some of y'all might know what this is. This is called DOS. And you had to hit these commands, like written commands and so forth, to get the game started and stuff. So I would like to play the game, so I had to learn the DOS side to get into the games. But I'm the type of person, I get intrigued by things, especially if it's challenging. So learning DOS, learning how to legit like install things, you know what I mean, from them little square things. From there on, I was hooked. Yeah, I'm legit player. I'm a legit tech nerd. Next question. Why did you start making, oh Lord, about to break my phone, man. Why did you start making YouTube tech videos? Because I'm tech through and through. Like, I bleed this tech stuff, player. I'm a legit tech nerd. I've always been up on cool phone gadgets, you know what I'm saying? I had the Sidekick, the Trios, Palm Trios. I was always on the top of the MOOC in the cell phone game. I was the neighborhood, and I say neighborhood, I'm talking about the hood. I was the hood tech go-to guy. But anyways, once I discovered the YouTube tech space, and I just saw it, I fell in love with it, man. I enjoyed watching it, but also I noticed there was just a little something missing. I just wanted to offer up my opinion. Also wanted to bring some lighthearted, humorous tech reviews, you know what I mean? Y'all see me, y'all watch my videos. If you don't, you better go watch them, because your boy be going crazy. I just wanted to bring some swagful, humorous, fun, tech review videos to the tech space while also being informative and just down to earth. And if you don't know CJKnowsTECH, you better get to know CJKnowsTECH. Yo, shout out to GregglesTV for reaching out to me, man. Greatly appreciate it. Hey, man, yeah, I got some other things to go do, man. So, peace. Let me hit it for the GregglesTV audience. Peace.
Hi, GregglesTV. So question number one, what thing or gadget got me into tech? So I remember when my dad brought home our first computer, and I would say maybe that was the main thing that kind of got me into tech. But really in my life, the main device that I can remember was the iPad 2. When that came out, I was really excited about it. I pretty much did everything I could to get my hands on one. I was begging people to give me $1 so that I could afford one of those, so that I could start getting into the tech world a little bit more. Question number two, why did I start making YouTube videos? So I spent so much time on that iPad and other devices that I had, just trying to figure out how to do things that you would do on maybe a normal computer, but figuring out how to do them on this new mobile platform. And I spent so many hours learning how to do things, playing with things. And so I wanted to take what I learned and show other people that certain things were possible or how easy it was to do that. And so then I just started making those types of tutorials until where I am today, where I'm making tutorials and different product reviews about all kinds of different tech products. Thanks, Greg, for having me on. See you later.
What's up, y'all? CKid here, man, and my guy GregglesTV, shout out to him, man. He's asking the question, what is the one thing or gadget that got you into tech? Well, let me tell you. Woo.
What up, Greggles? How I started in this tech game. My pop bought my first computer, he's the one to blame. You see, I had the gateway with them cow prints. Man, it was love at first sight before the fingerprint. So I started investigating on using it, breaking it all down, connecting it to the Hewitt screen. And after that, I was hooked and wanted to learn more. Fast forward, here we are, CKick Tech was born.
And yeah, man, so that was pretty much how I got into tech, was actually through my parents, man, when they actually introduced me to my first gateway computer, man. I wanted to break it down, wanted to learn pretty much everything about it because it was all new to me as a child. And yeah, that was pretty much how I got into tech. All right, so the next question, man, is why did I actually start making YouTube tech videos? Well, that's easy for me, guys. For the money. Nah, I'm just playing with y'all, man. So the real answer to this one is, actually, let me just tell you like this.
Now this is a great question from all sorts. I come from a city where they neglect books but push sports. See, I'm being an example to kids on how to make it out, and sports ain't the only roadmap to that layout. So I turned on my camera to teach something different, and I love to teach. So tech was my first mission, to build upon a platform relatable and stay interesting. And that's really what it was. Thank y'all for listening.
So yeah, y'all, that's pretty much why I started my tech channel, man. So I want to send a huge shout out to my guy GregglesTV, man, for having me on, man. Hope I was able to answer all y'all questions. CKidTech style, of course, man. Appreciate you, bro, and keep crushing it out there.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Joshquinones here, and I am here to answer 2 questions from Greg, with the first question being, what gadget or thing got you into tech? And that one gadget has to be a phone. I have always been a phone guy from as far back as I can remember. I have always wanted the latest and greatest phone that was out at that moment, whether it had the best camera or if it just looked the best overall or had the best display. I just always wanted the latest and greatest phone that was out at that moment. So if there's one thing that actually got me into tech, it would have to be phones. Now, the second question is, why did you start making tech YouTube videos? And honestly, it just kind of happened out of nowhere. It's like I said, I have always been a phone guy from as far back as I can remember, which led me to watching a lot of YouTube videos on these devices to get as much knowledge as I can about them before buying them. And when watching all those videos, I kind of just thought to myself like, hey, you know, I want to try this. I want to try to make my own videos. This is something I love. So I thought I'd give it a try, and sure enough I did. And I'm not the biggest YouTuber out there, but I am growing little by little on the channel, and I am loving it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I just love the whole creative process of it, and then when it comes to editing videos, you can be even more creative. So I just love the whole creative part of it, and it's just tons of fun. So there you go, Greg. Thanks for having me. Peace out.
Hey guys, Josh here from Gross Technology, and the thing that got me into technology is a computer, honestly. When my mom brought home our first home computer, it was a off-color, like off-white color tower. It was huge. Windows 3.1, DOS, I think it was a Pentium 3. That thing, it was amazing what you could do with it, what you were able to, inadvertently, how I could tear it apart and figure out how to build it back together, because the first couple times it didn't work when I put it back together. So that is really what got me started into technology, was the fact that this new computer was in my house. It wasn't like you could go to your school or you go to companies and they had computers, but at your house it wasn't really something that we had. And having that now with the big old CRT monitor sitting on a desk and being able to do everything was amazing. Now the internet really wasn't what it is today at all, or really out at all, but to be able to type, to be able to play, we played Snake, the little snake that you went around trying to eat the boxes before you got too long and hit yourself. But it was amazing what you could do, and I just fell in love with technology then. And the age-old question that everybody asks every YouTuber is, why did we start doing this? Why did I decide to come out to my shed and hit record? Although first videos weren't in the shed, but that's okay. But it was because I wanted to be a millionaire. No, I'm kidding. It had nothing to do with money. What it had to do with was what was coming out was the smart home technology. Google Home was coming out, Amazon Echoes were starting to become more popular, and it almost felt like when my mom brought home that PC, that box, I brought home a Google Home, and it was just amazing what you could do with it. It opened up a world of opportunities of being able to have voice assistants. Yeah, it was really cool to be able to just talk and have something respond to you about your query, but having home automations, having all these technology in your house to make life simpler, to make life easier, and really to be able to do it affordably and not be ridiculously thousands of dollars into it, and you could have a smart home. And I wanted to share that with everybody I knew. And then I wanted to share it with you guys, everybody I didn't know. And that's why Gross Technology was born. And I really started it as a YouTube channel, then I built it into an actual business where we actually install the actual smart home stuff and home automation. But that's what it all started with, just wanting to show everybody that love that I felt when I got that first computer in my parents' house, what that means nowadays with having smart home and home automation. It kind of feels the same way to me, and I wanted to share that with everybody.
And I'll be the last one to answer this question. The reason that I got into tech initially as a teenager would be the internet. And my friend had America Online, and I was blown away by what you could do. You could look for information. You could watch grainy, crappy videos and listen to audio and talk to people from anywhere in the world, and it was amazing. It totally blew me away. As for the reason I started a tech channel was I was watching all these huge YouTubers, MKBHD and Austin Evans and TLD Today and Lou and just anybody that you could think of that creates tech channels. Jon Rettinger, who was actually in this video, I watched his stuff too, and I was like, you know what, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can teach people how to use tech, and I love tech and I want to talk about it, so I decided to start my own YouTube channel, and that's what I did, and now you see what I do now, 2 videos every single day, and that's where we are now, guys. But anyways, thank you to everybody that did this little video thing for me. It was amazing. I'm so glad you guys, some of you on super short notice. I know a lot of you guys are already busy creating your own videos for your own channels, but anyways, guys, make sure you subscribe to everybody in the list down below in the description. I put everybody's name in a video order from the first person to the last person, so check them out, subscribe to them, and tell them GregglesTV sent you over to them. So thanks again, everyone, and I'll see you guys down the road. Peace!